I'm Tori.
And I'm Leah.
I'm Maddie.
And I'm Joe.
And welcome back to the Boys Lie podcast.
A podcast where we talk about the craziest relationship stories you've ever heard, pop culture, and the piping hot tea of our lives.
So buckle up, enjoy the ride, and remember that boys lie.
Boys lie. Boys lie.
Boys lie.
Boys lie, y'all.
Boys lie.
Them boys, they be lying.
Boys lie.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Welcome to our podcast. We're so excited to have you guys.
We're stoked.
For everyone
Oh,
listening, we're with Maddie and Joe from Southern Hospitality, one of our favorite shows. And they just got back from Coachella, so thank you so much for being here. I know you're probably really tired.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's no one we'd rather recover with from Coachella. But, no, like, you guys said you're big fans of us. Me and Maddie, like, I've been, as her boyfriend, I've never done more shopping in my life. So there's, like, a lot of, like, cool boutiques in Charleston that carry Boys Lie.
Really?
And
Yay.
literally
Oh my
before
God.
Maddie, like, got in touch with you, I, like, found this hat.
Shut up.
This Boys Lie hat.
Oh, my
Wait, that
God.
makes my hat, or my hat.
That
heart
breaks my
so
hat.
warm.
I influenced
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. I love it.
The whole time Maddie was, like, wearing it, like, I'm like, wait a minute, like.
Truckers are such a guy favorite, I feel like.
Yeah,
too.
but I'm like, are you calling me a liar, Maddie? Because like people are like, she's wearing Boys Lie everywhere, and then she goes, no, but men don't.
Yeah, there
Boys
you go.
Lie, but men don't. So we found this hat.
I love
that's
that.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
We've
Not-
converted so many boyfriends into wearing it too. Like when we met Alex Earl for the first time, she was like, I think like in the beginning phases with Braxton, and she's like, my boyfriend gets so mad whenever I wear like Boys Lie, and we're like, oh come on, and now he wears it all the time.
religiously, like,
Yeah.
He's always wearing the trucker.
He understands. Yes.
He gets it. But I have the craziest story because I had this like the most insane like moment when I was watching, I believe it was the last episode, the prom episode. I was watching it and I'm like looking at these like how Emmy is like explaining like her prom experience, and like at this point I didn't know that she went to my high school. And so they do a flashback picture of her at prom, and she's at my house outside and like
In
outside of
their
my pool
backyard.
area. So I'm like watching the show and I'm like, wait, what? Like that's my fucking house. And I was
Please
so
don't tell me she went with like your brother.
no. But my sister had pre-prom pictures, so I texted my family. I'm like, guys, I'm freaking out. Like, she was at our house. Like, Kara, I'm like, Kara, my sister. I'm like, did she go to our school? She's like, Leah, yeah, you stupid idiot. She was in my grade. She's one of my friends. I had no idea. So when I'm watching the show and I see my house on there, I'm like, wait, what?
Shout out, Kara.
Like, it was just so
It was
weird.
like a picture party.
Yeah, it was like,
You're in the group chat with your family, like,
yeah.
we're on Southern Hospitality. Like, you had no idea.
I made a TikTok about it. I had to show you guys after, but it was just like the weird. I felt like I was like living in an alternate universe for a second because I'm like,
It was like your past life
yes.
in Bravo. And you're like, what?
So yeah, she went to Radnor, and like now I know, but it was just really weird.
You just had to see your backyard on national television to find that out. But
No, like actually, it was just really, really crazy. So I just thought I'd share with that. But
That is such a small world.
yeah, it is a small world.
Yes.
But anyways, so again, you guys are back from Coachella. How was it? Was this your first Coachella, or have you been a couple times?
This was his first. It was my third.
Okay.
But it was so fun watching him being his first.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
yeah, I've been to this is probably like my 15th music festival.
yeah.
A lot of them are like one day ones in like cities, but this was like Coachella's a different animal.
Yeah, it is the rally is crazy.
Everyone in LA like goes. It's like a locals festival.
Yeah, it's actually really nice. We didn't go, so it was like no traffic.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
no
it
one's on the
was-
road.
There was no Cybertruck to be seen.
No Cybertruck to
I
be
was
That must
like,
be so nice.
But your first Coachella, I feel like I mean, for me, like my first one was when I first moved out here, and she had been trying to get me to go for years, and I was always like, no, like I'm not gonna go. And when I went, it was like I had the best time. Like I literally, like when we left, I wanted to go back. I wanted to go like weekend 2. I remember texting, like I was with Tori. I'm like, I want to go again. She's like, absolutely fucking not.
I've gone 9 or 10 times. So like for me at this point, I'm so Coachella retired. Like I'd love to see everyone migrate to Palm Springs.
Yeah, it's got to be someone really special in the
Yeah.
lineup for you to be like, okay, I'm going.
But I am a huge Gaga fan, and I've been like a little monster. I've been to like 8 of her concerts, and I am obsessed with her. So I was like, fuck, of all the ones that I could miss.
That being said, Gaga, she dominated.
yeah, that's why I was there.
Oh my god! Yeah, you said
I'm
that, and I was
coming for
like,
Gaga.
no way, another Gaga
I've
stan.
never seen her live though.
She's
so
an
that was my
entertainer.
thing. 'Cause
Like
she-
she's
I feel like she's just been in Vegas the past couple years.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen her. So that was like my time.
She's way more of a performer. Like she's one of the best performers, entertainers type of people. Like it's not just like an artist singing on a microphone type
Yeah.
of thing. Like it's a
like
real
the first time I heard
experience.
abracadabra, like it took me a few times. Like before the festival, I'm like, all right, whatever, like abracadabra. I'm like, oh na na, and then I was kind of like over it. And then after seeing her perform it with that production, like Super Bowl halftime quality,
I felt like I was at the Grammys. Or
Yeah,
the Oscars,
it was
or the
because it was
VMAs.
such a like built
Huge
out set. I
fan.
watched it live because I was just like I
Yeah, I
wasn't
watched
there.
it from bed.
And I was like, holy fuck, like this is so, she did like such an amazing job. I can't only imagine like being in the crowd and witnessing it in real time. It was probably like chills.
I'm like the whole time I was wishing I was kind of my bed. My feet were hurting. I was sweating.
Oh my
like,
God.
blah,
It
blah,
was
blah.
hot,
That's
too.
the
I
Did you
was-
guys
story.
do like Nylon Neon Festival?
No, because
Anything
we'd
like
be
that?
so wiped by the end of the festival.
You just went to sleep.
Yes, like, and we did a lot of stuff during the day. There was always like for the events and stuff going on.
There's
There's
so much
either like
happening.
you go in
Push,
the day.
Revolve.
Yes, you either go in the day or you go at night. kind of
Yeah.
thing. So we did a lot more of the stuff during the day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I did
feel
drive out to like the middle of nowhere to pick up my Neon Carnival wristband.
Yes, you
Um,
had to
we-
do that.
and then just never made it.
Yeah.
Never made it. So like I just ripped mine off in the Uber on the way here because we literally got back last night and I'm like, I'm not wearing these wristbands on this podcast. It's so embarrassing. But
Some people like keep them on for a while, and I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, like, why are you collecting those?
I
Take them
know.
off. They're also like really
yeah,
gross.
it's collecting like viruses at
Yeah.
this point.
No, it is. It's so hard, especially when you're there too. Like, and it's hot, and you're like doing the most, and you're talking to so many people. So like your social battery's already like drained
All-time
by the end of the
low.
day. So then going to another party, it's like everyone gets cranky. We've been chatting about like Coachella groups, like who you go with, because we always say like no matter what, by the end, like someone in the house is always fighting. Like people are annoyed with each other because by the end, it's just like everyone's so exhausted from like everything. It's
From
just
alcohol, drugs, parties,
Yeah.
staying up too late, not going to bed on time.
yeah.
We think we can all go until the second weekend. We're like, yeah, let's stay another week.
Yeah.
And then it's all like Monday, like,
No,
well, let's
I'm
go
good,
home.
yeah.
We're good. Like, I don't even want to look at one another anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't talk for like a couple of days, then everything's fine after.
Yeah.
exactly.
it's a trauma bond.
Yeah.
It is
It's
a
a
trauma
trauma
It really
bond.
is. You have
Yes.
to get through it together. It's hard. It's tough.
It's really funny though at the end of it.
But I do kind of want to talk a little bit about the show, just because like I am a fan. I watched every season, and like this season was probably my favorite. And I always I'm like wondering, so like how did you guys even get casted? Like were there whispers in Charleston of like a show about Republic? Because you guys were already working there prior, right?
Yeah, I mean, we were both just working there, so that's kind of happened for us. But we always like kind of knew of rumblings because Leva was on Southern Charm, but it was always like, I'm not gonna believe this until I see it, and it took a really long time to see it. So it's just like you go about your normal life, you know. I was down there going to college. Actually, I went to college Charleston, so for me it was like a way to make money while I was in college. And then I just stayed after graduation, and then the show came along. But yeah, he came from Atlanta.
Yeah, so I grew up in Atlanta and then I went to University of Michigan. So
So did my brother.
really?
Yeah,
Go
go blue.
Go blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get
Yeah.
him in here. We get him to Charleston. But no, and then like during COVID I moved to my family's beach house in Charleston. I was kinda like at that stage in my life where I was like, do I wanna get a corporate job like all of my friends? I'm like I was kind of just being a beach bum, like living off my parents.
That's how it goes.
Yeah,
Like,
but it was COVID, so that was a little bit more acceptable.
yeah.
But then there was a day my dad's like, I don't give a fuck what you do, but get a fucking job.
Yeah,
right
like do
now."
something.
Get
Yeah.
out of here.
So I was like, all right, well, what do I like? I like, the club. I like people. So I met Maddi and just started working as like a bar back at Republic, which was like, something I never thought I'd do. Yeah. But like in the meantime of me like taking out the trash, I started like selling all the tables, and then like that's how kind of like the Joey Bottles thing
You
evolved.
got
built
it.
your way up.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like I watched that whole journey, and I feel like that's like such a cool thing about
Yeah.
hospitality is you see all the people that come and go and grow from it, or either go in a different direction, but it's all like family. at the
Right.
end of the day.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but Maddie's the OG. She literally like trained me.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Wow.
Is that when you developed your crush?
Yeah, I think it was somewhere between the first 5 minutes. Or,
Yeah.
or,
The
yeah.
first time we met, actually, he was a guest, and I was selling him a table with like him and his guy friends, and he was the
told
one
you not
paying
to tell
for
this.
it.
I told you not to. All right, too
And
far
I was
gone.
like hustling him on a
Aw.
table, and I'm like, oh my gosh, blah blah blah, you got to buy a bottle, and you just know it's like I was.
Well, I
totally
saw her
hustling it.
eyes and I couldn't say no, but I knew
Yes.
I knew I had $200 on my debit card.
But
like,
the
as soon as I
funniest part of this
transferred it.
story is his
Like,
card
is it gonna get
declined.
declined? Oh,
Yes.
no.
Oh,
Like,
literally
literally.
wanted a bottle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Credit card said no.
But I was a boy.
So I definitely didn't
For the-
forget him, you know,
Oh well, no, I have money.
because he was a pain in the ass. Yeah.
I actually love that story because that
That's
shows that
cute.
he like really wanted to impress you, and that's really really.
Yeah,
cute.
boys do lie though. I was a boy back then. I lied about how much money I had.
Yeah, but like I would
Aw.
too.
I would
You know what I
too.
mean? Like you're gonna hand them the card anyways and just be like, yeah, it's fine. It should go through. Maybe
I was like, you're wasting my time. Get the fuck out.
that's
You're, like,
really
sweating.
cute.
Yes.
Broke bitch. Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, we were like interviewing him, and I was a manager at the time, so I was like in the meeting or whatever it is, and like I was like, oh, that motherfucker can't even pay
Yeah,
for the table.
He needs a job.
He needs a job.
He needs a
At
job.
least we know he needs it, so he'll show up.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
you
So
fought
cute.
for it, so like that's the most important.
And he
part.
was so good. Like
Aw.
you really worked your ass off. You
Yeah.
really did.
Oh, that's a really cute. I
Yeah.
actually really like the story.
Me
Yeah.
too. I mean, because like look at you guys now. I mean, would you ever have imagined that like one day you'd end up on fucking Bravo TV
Yes.
from that?
Never.
I also even think it's funnier that like we were even like dating too sometimes. Like that's the whole story
Yeah.
of just like from being friends and working together to like
It
going
was
on
organic,
dates.
you know.
It was so organic and so like natural. Like that, I feel like that's like to me about the story. I'm like,
We're very
love.
lucky, and I think timing worked in our favor. But like, so many of my friends are on dating apps. and,
Mhm.
You know, especially in LA. My brother's last 3 girlfriends here have been, through
Hinge.
through Hinge and
Raya.
Raya.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pool is spooky over
Yeah.
here. Spooky town.
Yeah.
So we're very lucky. There's a lot of negatives about living in a small town, but we're lucky we
Yeah.
found each other.
Especially being friends first
Yeah.
too, because like I'm again like watching like each season. Like I remember, I don't know if it was season 2 or season 1 where you like fully admitted that you had a crush on her. Was that?
yes.
And so like,
and I had a full blown boyfriend. So it was like,
but it was probably like good to have like a little bit of attention no matter what. Like you're like,
It definitely has.
it's
to
nice
feel
to
good.
feel like that somebody likes you, and like now being like so close as friends, and then developing into a relationship. I feel like that's like the best way to have a partner, become a partner with somebody, because like you already know that you're good as friends. Like you already
yes,
know you're gonna
yes.
like have fun together
Yeah.
You
regardless.
know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. It's not
Yes.
like dating someone like off the bat and having like that puppy love at
Right.
first sight thing, and then 2 months later in a row to be like, wait, there's a lot of qualities I didn't know about you that are not compatible with me.
Right.
I've
Yeah.
always like gone on dates with guys and then gotten into a relationship with them, and I don't really know who they are as like a son, a best friend, a cousin,
Yeah.
brother, mother, you know what I'm, or father, whatever.
We've
You
taken
know what I'm
in a lot of
saying?
strays. Like, don't worry.
Yeah, you know, yeah, exactly.
Too many stray cats.
Yes, exactly. That's my experience. So I feel like that was my like what scared me about getting in a relationship with Joe is because I was like, oh, like this is too risky. I don't want to lose my best friend with
Yeah.
this too.
Yeah.
But in a way, like I said, like I always felt like I went on dates with those guys and didn't really even know who they were. So I didn't have that like trust with them.
Right.
Like I do with like
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
and with like a friend or whatever it is. But have you guys ever been to Charleston?
Yes, I was actually
Yeah.
that was my second choice. I went to Boulder, but I was touring College of Charleston, and I wanted to go there. But then when I found out it was like mostly women, I was just like, I just don't know if I want to be a part of
that's
this.
what I was literally getting to. I was like, dating was horrible.
I'm sure Slim
It's-
Pickens out
Yes,
there.
it's
Yeah.
a 10-to-1 like girl to guy ratio. So I feel like just dating in general was hard. Like I would literally have to come to LA or New York or Miami a lot of the times too when I was single and stuff, just because Charleston is like so
Right.
girl dominated. Have you been?
No.
We should go. It's really
We need to
beautiful.
take a
Yeah,
trip
you
out
guys need to
there.
come visit us.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
need
we'll
to.
do that.
My family friend has a house, so we have a place to stay. But it's so beautiful out there. Like I was like this close to going, but then I toured Boulder after, and I really loved it there. But it's just such a nice place, and like honestly, like I need to go back. We need to go and do a trip and like go to Republic and like have the full experience.
Do you ever see other cast members of Bravo TV shows out there? Just out of
Well, probably Southern Charm a lot,
Oh,
right?
yeah, it's such a small town.
So
Yes.
it's like, do you guys bump into each other all the time, or
Yeah, I mean it's cool. Like,
are you friends with them?
yeah, I think we're all good friends. It's just I feel like they're all kind of entering a different chapter of their lives. So like I think they all used to come to Republic when they were our age, like all the time, and now they're
older.
I don't-
Yeah.
I mean,
don't-
Madison's pregnant. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. They have like
Shep's
families.
not making his way over to Republic anymore.
We definitely saw them more like before our show started all the time. Like even you'll watch early seasons Charm and Republic is just all over it. And that's the days that like when I was working there, I remember kind of more those days, but you're right. Like
Maddie's
they're
in Southern
totally-
Charm a lot. Like you'll see her like in the background on like
Oh, really?
Republic, like,
That's
Oh.
interesting.
Now
Now I
I'm
need to like
gonna keep my eye
rewatch.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask you guys too, like before obviously you were casted and you knew you were going on, like after that happened, like did you guys like reach out to anyone from that cast, like get any advice or like
yeah.
how
so
to navigate this whole world?
yeah, I wish like in the earlier days, like of course we had Leva, but it feels good if it, you can look at another, straight guy that's been on reality TV that's been down that road. I would have loved to like, hear from them a little bit more, but they're all very welcoming. But who was the most welcoming was probably Whitney and Shep. Whitney was, the creator of Southern Charm, and he's very
Yeah,
very
I just
involved.
found out about that. I didn't know he was a
I didn't
producer.
know that, but
Yeah.
this is I'm learning something new every day.
Yeah.
So originally their show is supposed to be called Southern Gentlemen, and then the network like started, talking to girls like Cameron, and they're like, this girl is way too.
I'm really
amazing.
happy it wasn't called Southern
Catherine.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, and Catherine.
Yeah.
It turned like documentary to reality TV, but it was so cool to, kind of be a spin-off and be involved to that extent. But it's like we don't see them as much as we used to, but we definitely see them like downtown Charleston.
Right.
When I say as much as we used to, I mean like as Republic.
Right.
But I mean outside, I mean we will see them and stuff like that. And yeah, it's nice being all in the same city.
Yeah,
it's,
because you
so
have like older
small
brothers and
it's-
sisters.
That's what I mean. Like
Yes.
I'd love that.
Yes.
Essentially.
But at the same time, it's like a free for all, and it's like you kind of have to all figure it out for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like you can have a mentor and like talk to someone about it, like every single story, but it's something you got to dive in and experience on your own.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
know until you know, kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing
yeah.
yourself. You know.
There's no 3 credit course to like
Yeah.
have the cameras around. They didn't train us at all. Like one day we showed up at Republic and there were 6 cameras around us.
It's over.
Oh my
that's what I was about
God.
to say. It's overwhelming. I mean, we saw the hills
I would be
being
like
filmed,
so scared.
and it was, yeah, we were.
Oh, yeah,
there
when we
one of the
first moved out
nights,
here.
and it was just like Leah and I were looking at each other and we're like, damn, like I wouldn't be able to like sit down
Yeah.
where it's like you'll have 6 cameras around you and you're trying to have this intimate conversation and make it feel very like fluid and natural, but there are points in time where it's like, oh
Yeah.
wait, like
When we first were starting the brand, we got a lot of like help and kind of like advice from Frankie Delgado. So like when he would text us one day, he's like, "Hey, we're gonna be at this house in like where is it, Malibu maybe?"
I have no.
And we were in San
idea.
Diego, and he's like, "Do you guys want to come? We're filming." Like, and it's like he thought maybe could help us with the brand. We're like, on our way. Like, see you in a second.
yeah.
But it was
So-
really weird seeing it because, like, as somebody who watched the show, like, I didn't realize they're like, okay, now everyone sit down on the couch and start talking about this. Like, it felt very, like you said, orchestrated, and it was just,
It was intense. And it
Yeah.
was also crazy because I had watched the OC and
Oh,
Misha
yeah.
Barton was there, and I was like, wait, what the fuck is happening right
Oh,
now?
so it was like the newer season.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was the last season that was ever
So
filmed.
Pamela Anderson's son.
Brody, yeah.
Misha,
Oh, wait. Not,
wait,
sorry,
not
not Brody. Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, was he there? Oh,
He
I
wasn't
don't
there
think
at the
he was
time, so maybe it
there.
was like the second to last season.
I
But
think it was like
just-
the
Okay.
first. Oh, I don't know.
We don't
actually.
remember
I don't
anything.
Watch the hills either.
But
so-
you guys were there. That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
yeah,
Yeah.
And it was a really crazy thing just watching reality TV being filmed.
Yeah.
In general, like, yeah, I just can't. I don't know.
It's super interesting. I feel like the filming of it, I feel like sometimes I don't even notice that they're there. Like I feel like after the first like 3 days, it just you don't even
Yeah,
notice.
it's
that they're
completely
there.
a
Second
different-
nature
I,
almost.
I definitely
Yeah.
notice when I like are in my bed and there's 2 6'3"
Yeah.
guys. and
Yeah.
All right, Joe, go take a
Good
shower.
morning.
Yeah. So that I do notice. But what
Yeah.
she's saying is like if it's like we're at work or something. There's a lot of times where like I call it the horse blinders. You just gotta like block
I
it out a
wouldn't
little bit.
know what I would do as a camera guy. Like I'd be in certain scenarios, I'd be like dying on the floor, like not able to even hold the camera.
I
straight.
know.
Like
A lot of the times I see them
I
like
know they're heavy.
snicker.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Are you guys friends with like the camera people?
Oh yeah.
There's like some days where I wake up and I'm like, I like the camera and crew more than I like my own cast.
Because they're like with
they're
you in
homies.
intimate moments.
But a lot of them are just
Yeah.
like dudes I want to
and you
get
really
beers
lean
with,
on
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So they make you, and I think it's so important for women too to have from anywhere from the camera, mic to the producer to make women feel comfortable.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of scenes where like they're getting dressed and like
Right.
It's intense.
and they're like I met this person 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
luckily everyone we've worked with has been like made us feel super comfortable, and I think that's a skill too you need to have.
That's really
For sure.
important.
Were you guys like fans of Bravo, or like did you watch any shows before you started like on Southern Hospitality?
I wasn't like in the Bravo like fandom of people, but I've seen like Vanderpump Rules before the show, like a little bit of it, just because I worked in restaurants and stuff. So people that work in restaurants were like, oh, there's a reality show about hospitality, like perfect for us. So I feel like that's how I knew about that, which is so funny because I feel like so many other people have different ways into Bravo, like whether it be like Housewives usually, but mine was Vanderpump Rules, interestingly enough, because I worked in hospitality. But now I watch everything. I watch it all. Like I live in a house with all girls, and it's like what we do on a nightly basis is we watch Bravo together and we talk like we know these people.
Yeah.
I mean, my husband does it with me at this point. We're yapping it up together.
He does it with me too. Like I always say that Joe is like such like a girl type of guy. You know what I mean? Because he's at my house with like my 5
I live
girls.
with 3 women now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But no,
Yes.
but like going back to what you and your husband.
Yeah.
I love the most rewarding thing for me was when I'm at work and like a group of like macho guys on like a golf trip will come down or a bachelor
and
party
they just know.
and they'll just like, I'm like, all right, there's no way these guys know, and they go, rooting for you on the show, dude. My wife makes me watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hell yeah, brother. Get you a beer.
It's really funny. Like even with the Love Island cast separate from that, like Michael would literally be yelling at the TV, being like, "Come on!"
I
what's
know.
Oh
going
yeah,
on?"
no, we
Like,
watched every Love
Yeah.
Island live. We were voting.
yeah.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
that you're
Joe.
voting.
Love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Michael was like, "I can't wait to watch tonight." Like it couldn't leave his
I know.
mind that
Yes.
season.
It's such a
Yes.
bonding moment. Like it was something that me and my mom even used to do. Like when I was in high school, we would like lay down at night together and like watch Bravo. We would watch like the Housewives, and it would, like was like my sense of comfort. So then like growing up, like even watching these shows, like even we got the opportunity at one point to go on Watch What Happens Live as
We
bartenders.
saw that.
And
That's
that was like, to me, that was my Super Bowl. Like because I had been watching Andy like forever. So like getting to meet him, I just felt like it was like the most insane
I'm sure
experience.
you guys were dying. Like,
yeah.
Tori was actually dying.
I had food poisoning. So when I say dying, like I had just had like 2 IV bags in me, and I was somehow standing.
But you're like, I'm not missing this.
Yeah,
She couldn't,
No, I
no.
couldn't.
Yeah.
Even our publicist was like, "What do I need to do?"
Yeah.
I know, we're like-
"What do I need?"
Well,
to
I was like, listen, like I know what the bar looks like. It's covered. If anything, we put a bucket like down there. If you have to throw up during commercial
I'll be,
break,
like,
puke,
first
like
person
no one
to,
will
like,
know.
shit their pants or throw up at the same time on Watch.
okay, at least you're behind a bar.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking, Joe. Like when I have DJ'd before and I've been on tour, there's been times I've been sick.
Oh no!
But it's like a commitment and it's a big thing, and I would never like, you know what
You
I mean?
can't miss it.
I can't miss
Yeah.
it. Like
even if it's small,
Yes.
like you can't miss it. Even if it's like a starting point.
Maddie has stomach issues and like
All hot girls
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I
thank
know.
you.
But she's like, there's been times where she's DJing. She's like, God damn it, Joe! I should have taught you. I knew I should have taught you how to DJ. I had to go to the bathroom. So like, she can run off to the bathroom. And I'm like,
Sprinting.
No,
Oh,
but I've
yeah, you
had
take
a bucket
over.
underneath, like, cause it's kind of like a bar.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you at Watch What Happens Live, like there's, you know, it
Yeah,
goes
you
up
have
to
your
waist.
table.
Yeah, so I can hide underneath and like throw up if I needed to or whatever. I have celiac, so I can like sometimes will get sick
Oh.
from certain
Yeah,
foods or
yeah.
something like that. Or like I've had food poisoning and stuff before, and like
It
oh my god,
sucks. The stress and pressure. I'm like sitting there smiling on camera, which I'm
Yes.
sure you're like also like. "Ugh."
Yes. Even like at our reunion, I was so sick. I had some like virus of some sort, and nothing like contagious or anything like that. But I literally
It's okay.
got an IV before
That's what.
just
yeah,
to
I
get
had
the
to
energy
do.
to get me in there and to get sit on there. And like the B12 in those, like
Yeah.
I was back.
yeah.
Yes.
No, I remember. I think you said that you were sick, and I could tell you're like a little sniffly. I felt bad.
I couldn't
was
even
like-
think. Like I was just smiling, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't even think of 2 words to say right now. I was like, I have no idea
who
what's going
was
on.
in the chairs?
Ariana Madix and Katie Maloney.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
We love them
And
so
Katie like made
much.
us feel so comfortable. We met Ariana like briefly too. We've met her a couple times, but I think that she was with her boyfriend. So like Katie came and like said hello, and she just like made us feel really comfortable and was like, here's how it's gonna go. Like it's really fast. We didn't know how quick it was. So like for you DJing, you're doing a full set. Like ours was super quick. I can't even like imagine having to throw up while DJing. I would
For
have been like,
Yes.
like an hour and a
It
half.
happens like maybe like I can count on my one hand.
Were y'all bartending like in the peak of Scandival? Was that like
It was post
Post-Scandival.
Scandival. What?
it was,
When was it,
after
Leah?
the last season wrapped.
Yes,
Okay,
it was.
nice.
So it was post
freshly
Scandival.
after that.
Yeah. But
That's so.
I think
fun.
it was actually, no, it wasn't after it wrapped. It was when the last season was still airing because their episode played that night and then they were talking about it.
so it was still like it was still in
Yeah.
the midst of Scandival because everyone was still talking about it.
Right,
It's been
exactly.
like 3 years, I feel like.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was crazy. That
That's
whole thing.
awesome. And I
Yeah.
definitely have seen them in Boys Lie stuff too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Yes.
huge supporters. It's really nice.
That's amazing.
Yes.
It was very cool to see.
And you were speaking of Vanderpump, I know that James Kennedy kind of like did he mentor you a little bit before you like when you were at the height of like starting everything, or
Yeah, totally. I feel like we met and I feel like the second season we met and then we went on, I pretty much like tour all year. I feel like with the DJ stuff, it's not like a set tour that you do. It's like a nonstop kind of thing, like
Yeah.
every weekend kind of thing. So I was doing shows with James all the time and stuff like that in the starting of my DJ career and stuff.
Do you still yap it up with him sometimes?
No, I haven't spoken to him in a while.
We were with Allie this weekend.
yeah, I saw you were
Got
that
it.
this
Yeah.
weekend.
Was
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
arrest
yeah.
situation really like holy shit moment?
Yeah, I just think we have so many good things happening right now. It's better just to kind of like, stay in our lane and
Yeah.
be friends with James from afar, but support Allie.
Yeah,
So-
feels.
That's a good thing to say.
Yeah.
too.
Yes, and we love both of them and like want the best for both of them. But at the end of the day, like, I'm in my career and I'm,
Blinders are on. You're focused.
Yeah.
You're trying to be better than you
We're
were
dialed in.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Like nothing else.
yes. But he was a mentor. But even like when you guys were talking about earlier, like people from Charm and stuff, and that were helpful and stuff, like, a lot of the Vanderpump cast, like to us too, were
Yeah.
extremely helpful to us in the sense of like, and it's nice because I feel like our show is more similar to theirs.
Yes,
so
completely.
It was nice. Even the setup and the dynamic too of like them having Lisa and we have Leva kind of in the same dynamic. Like they were extremely helpful to us and a lot of questions we had and stuff. And obviously like James and Allie were both an outlet for us whenever we wanted to ask questions and speak, and they were extremely helpful, both of them.
That's
So,
amazing. I feel like I
we
would
love-
definitely need like somebody to talk to who's like gone through it and like
Yes.
understands, because no one understands besides you guys. Me and Tori don't sit here like with cameras, and I would have no idea how do you guys
Yes.
navigate that.
Yes.
Like I'm sure it's also like overwhelming too.
Yes. And I just think there's different styles of reality shows, and I feel like ours was the most similar to
For sure.
VPR.
I
So I
agree.
feel like it was really nice to ask them questions and stuff like that. And even when it came to like working and with cameras around and like other employees and like not stepping on their toes and stuff like that, like it was really nice in the early days to be able to ask them questions, and they were always so nice to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were also like, who we spent the most time with at Coachella was Brock and Sheena.
Oh,
Yes.
they're
We
so
love
cute.
them.
Even like we would like plan to meet up with them, but even it was wild. Even when we were like, we would go our own ways, we would just always come back together. It was
I
like,
love
yeah.
that.
And then we came to a point where like, all right, let's just spend the rest of the
Yeah.
festival.
Yeah. You need like your little buddies, like
Yeah, and
your
Brock is like
crew.
tour daddy too. He was like, I'll show you the ropes.
Yeah.
Come here. He's like, come here, mate. And he's like, he's just a massive force of nature with like his energy, and he's just like
I love
pushing through the
it.
crowd and just protecting all the women and like, yeah.
Aw.
They're huge Coachella people. Like
Huge.
they're
They're
obsessed.
veterans,
yeah.
yeah.
That's nice. That's so fun.
Yeah.
I love them together too. And she's on the Valley now, right? Isn't she on the Valley? I
I haven't
think.
watched The Valley. I don't
Yes.
know.
The Valley comes out this week.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I think her and Brock are in a lot more.
Well, it's also back to your DJ career too. Like it's been really, really fun watching you and like your career take off. Would you ever see like a world and like if you had to choose like between like continuing on with your DJ career, like going on tour or Southern hospitality? Is there a world in which you'd have to choose from one, or do you think you could do both?
Oh, I definitely think I can do both. Like anytime I'm off, I am at Republic and I'm working, because not necessarily even for the money as much as it is like the social aspect of like my friends work there, like, and I need them like in my life. They're my support system. So anytime I'm off, I like almost need to go back there because I need my support system.
It's like your home.
Yeah.
That's what she calls it. It's like her home.
And
Yes.
hospitality is like that. Like you're working nonstop. I feel like it really doesn't slow down, even for restaurants, especially. Like it's kind of crazy because you have people prepping the food in the morning and then it rolls throughout the entire day. I don't know if that's the same situation for you guys, but I feel like it's kind of crazy. The hours you spend together is way more than the average.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way more than you think, like a normal job.
Right.
Like you are spending a lot of alone time together if it's slow. And you're
Yeah.
spending like a lot of time after work, before work, doing like lineups and
And it's so
testing
physically
and wine.
systematic too.
Yes.
Like you need to be in line with people in order to like really make it function properly.
It's like it's a team, and you see them
It's
more
much
than
more
you see your own
intimate.
family.
Yeah.
Like,
There's also like the whole saying in hospitality, the guest is always right kind of thing
yeah,
too.
same with us. The customer's always right.
Yes.
Like
yes,
sometimes
exactly.
they're not.
Of course. But you know how it is. It's like amazing having that best friend to be like, well,
They
that
can-
sucks.
Yeah. They can give you that validation to be like, "Ooh," like
Yes.
even though you're like really biting your tongue.
Yes, or like even at like in like we work in nightlife, which is so unique too because we have to deal with like drunk people. So there's the other aspect of it too where like we'll get tables and let's say like a bachelorette group is like fighting or something like that.
So
it's like,
spooky.
okay, you get this half of the girls, I'll get this half. I'm like, Joe, let's get them a round of shots or like let's, you know,
You guys are like the
bring out a
sheriffs-
sign,
the
like make
sheriffs in
sure,
Republic.
yeah, let's get the vibe going good and stuff like that. So it's like, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
is more not as uniform as like a typical hospitality job being in nightlife. And
Yeah.
I definitely have done both. And that's the super interesting part about Republic.
Republic looks so much fun. I need to go.
You
We
gotta
need
give
to
it
go party
one
there.
try.
We don't really party anymore, but like we'll go just for Republic. We really
Yes.
will.
We'll sometimes come out of retirement.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Is there anyone that's on that works at Republic that like refuses to be on the show, or is mostly every single? Because it seems like when you guys are doing like your roundups in the beginning of the night, like when you're talking about like who's on which table or whatever, that it's like everyone there. Is that not the case? Are there more people that just don't want to be on?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall everyone is that we work with. There's been OG like coworkers we have there that are close friends that have worked there like before Maddie, like before well before me, and a lot of them are very supportive. But they're not like they're not like like mic me up, get like
Yeah.
like, they're hard workers, but we wouldn't be able to film the show without them.
Got it.
So it's just like it took a little bit of time because I feel like in the beginning there was like a little bit of like resentment because like oh you work here too, why don't you have to like work here? So I'm gonna have to pick up the slack for you behind the bar.
Yeah.
But now I think like it's kind of
Everyone's
come to the point where
acclimated.
yeah, and if it's like
yeah, we're one big team, so we all help each other out and stuff like that. But even like with the filming the show thing that you said, like it's kind of a name of the game. Like if you are working at Republic, like there's a chance you're going to be on the show. We film a show here. So I feel like it's one of those things that's like you kind of like,
It is what it is.
you know what you kind of signed up for. And we, film for 9 weeks of the year. So it's only 9 weeks of the year. And you know what I mean? I feel like it doesn't affect business
Yeah.
otherwise.
No, that
So
makes sense. It's
you
like
know what I
similar to
mean?
us, like too, like we haven't like as we've grown our team, like Tori and I, like we're now lucky because like we can sit here and talk with you guys for an hour because we have people on our team that are able to like kind of hold down the fort
Yeah.
upstairs. So it's kind of
Yeah.
similar. I mean,
It's intense though. for
my
sure.
mom's also like a badass business owner, started by herself.
Oh yeah.
And her biggest thing was like hiring the right people, and it's like I feel like that was hard for you guys just to like find the right people you can trust,
Building the right team
so
to
that you
rely
can take on bigger things and
Yeah.
to grow. So I've kudos to you guys. This is amazing.
Oh,
Like,
thank
y'all
you.
built something amazing here.
Aw.
Yeah.
I just want to ask one more question.
Are
So
you
I'm like,
okay?
no, I'm having a brain aneurysm. But
Last night we struggled a little
no,
bit.
sorry. Yeah, like today I literally couldn't speak this morning. I think I tried to say podcast and I was like pad, and Tori's like, "Are you okay?"
I
I'm
was
like, "No."
slow down, use your words.
Anyways, have you guys seen like an increase in people trying to now get jobs there because they want to be on the show?
Yeah, I mean that's obviously gonna happen. There, if you have like a business and there's a show about that business, people are gonna apply there that might be fans or want to be on TV. But that makes it more competitive. But I think the biggest thing to do is to look at those resumes and hire the people with the right intentions. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure. I'm
So-
sure it's like hard to like weed out who's actually.
Yeah, and like we've been surprised. Like there's been people that have been hired at Republic. or within our company, and I'm like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, they don't care about the show.
Yeah.
Turns out they're
They
probably,
care the
yeah,
most.
Yeah.
They've seen every season and they're
Yeah.
like, I want to be on it. No, that
Yeah.
must be tough, but that's cool. It's fun to like ask these questions as like a viewer, because like I'm always like curious as to like what goes on like behind the scenes.
I know.
So it's fun to learn.
I actually didn't even like study the full lore of your guys' show until I saw you sent me a clip from your reunion, and you were crying, and I was in tears for you, and I was
Yeah.
like, no way did this happen, because Leah gave me the lore about Emmy and just what had occurred, and I was like, is she okay? Like, should I DM her? Should we send her a sweatsuit? Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was really sad because and correct me if I'm wrong in any of this, but essentially like they lied to you about your ex cheating on you and it didn't actually happen, but you believed it up until Emmy came in and told you that it wasn't true.
which is so hard
Yeah.
too.
No, and I totally like, I feel like the thing that upsetted me, like looking back in my past, like I know that my ex like wasn't my person, like I
For
know
sure,
that,
yeah.
like that's
It
a
doesn't mean it
thing,
doesn't
but
hurt.
yeah, I feel like the part that hurt was I ended the relationship because I thought he cheated on me, and I like, asked multiple people at multiple points, like, hey, is this true? Like, should I do this? Should I do that? Like
Yeah.
when it came to like moving out and stuff like that, and like leaving that relationship is very difficult, and I feel like it would have been nice at any point
for anyone to tell you
someone
the truth.
to be like, hey, like that wasn't true. And I understand they probably wanted me to leave the relationship, so they never told me that, but it just sucked because in my mind and in my reality, like I left this relationship because I thought he cheated on me. So I feel like that was a hard thing for me to process. So it definitely like sucked. I feel like what I was most upset about was finding out like hours before the reunion.
Right.
So
That's
I couldn't.
what I was.
We got zero
That's why I
sleep
was
that
so
night.
Yeah.
emotional, and that's why I was so like I was sick, and it wasn't like a reunion where it's like, oh, like we can change this to like another day or something
Right.
like that. It was one of those where it's like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, I'm gonna pull it together and I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna do this. But just like finding out hours before, it would have been nice to have been like maybe a week before, so I could have like
Yeah.
processed.
It was a selfish move.
Well,
I
and
think.
the
feel
thing,
bad too. Like you feel bad because
Yeah.
breaking up with or going through a breakup in general with someone, it's just kind of like if that's the reason you clearly had like incidents of fights that could probably be traumatic, and you're just like, fuck, I came at this person, now I feel just bad.
No one wanted her to break up with that guy more than me, and even I wish, even I like,
You feel bad too.
I felt horrible. I wish she knew
Yeah.
the truth way before.
Yeah.
But
Are you guys okay
Yeah.
now?
No,
Like-
yeah, I mean, like I feel like it didn't affect like that whole thing didn't affect like me and Joe. I was taking kind of Joe out of that equation in my mind when that was happening, because I was more so thinking like, how could these people like do
They lied to you,
that
yeah.
and like lie to me and stuff like that. And like the thing is like even like the whole boys lie thing, like trust me, like I've been lied to by so many boys, like not men, boys, and my ex being one of them. So
Yeah,
it's
Joe.
yeah.
He's a man.
Not Joe. Yeah, not Joe. Joe
so
is
that everybody
amazing.
knows.
there's
Like, yeah.
there's like
We're here for Joe. He's
Joe's
amazing.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yes, but I've been lied to by many boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had many frogs before I found my prince, and I'm like, I feel like genuinely like I haven't gotten much closure on a lot of it.
For
so it was
sure.
also nice for me to also get closure at the same time, because I felt like I was able to like process that and then move on and fully like be in my relationship with Joe and like totally close the chapter on my healing journey with my past and my ex and stuff like that. But you guys know how that goes.
For
like,
sure.
Toxic relationships. Sometimes you don't know like what's real and what's fake and what's
It sucks.
like you don't even know with toxic relationships because you don't fully trust the person.
You're in the vortex,
dating.
yeah.
Yeah, and you're like
then
in
being
the
on
vortex.
a show too, when people are like commenting things and it gets so consistent to a point where you're so in your head about it.
if you hear a lie enough times, you start to believe it.
For sure.
Yes.
100%.
But I definitely think Emmy's intention of telling me that was to be like, like if, they lied about you and Trevor and I was in on it, then they're all lying about me and my boyfriend.
I was going to
Will.
ask why she did it
And
then. And
I
that
feel
makes
like that's
sense.
why she told me. Once again, I wish it
Oh.
was like 2 weeks before or something, so
Yeah.
I could have been able to like process it. But she told me hours before the reunion, and I feel like that's where I kind of was like,
in
Yeah,
our
like,
hotel room. Meanwhile, I'm just
freaking
trying to
out.
watch the Super Bowl and
Poor
like relax.
Joe.
I'm
Go
like,
birds.
Yes. Yes.
Go birds.
But I appreciated her telling me that because I did get that like closure in a way that I never had within my healing journey. So I could close that door and like move on from the past with all these stupid boys I dated.
Yeah.
So that was really nice that she like told me that, but I definitely see like
Timing.
Like you knew it wasn't like
her
malicious or
timing.
vindictive.
Yeah.
It was more so
Yeah.
just like a really bad.
But it was
moment
still
to-
selfish.
Yeah, that was selfish
because it was for her. Like it was
Yeah.
to prove that they're lying about her.
Yes. Yeah. Like she
Yes.
was in on that too.
No
but
offense. And like I have
yes.
nothing against her. Obviously, we went to the same high school.
Yes.
No
I just got
Radner.
nervous.
No, same. And I'm like,
But like I felt like watching it as a viewer again, like feelings aside as a viewer, like it was just like I would understand like why I understand completely why you felt the way you did. And like also like even going back to like toxic relationships, like even one toxic relationship with somebody can like
It could have a domino effect into
the trauma
other-
from it like can go into your
Yeah.
next relationship. So it's really hard.
that's
so
why
like
I think it's so important, like who you are with
mhm.
and what type of effect that person has on you, and
For
like
sure.
if they're supportive or whatever it is, because like a toxic relationship can really take like all your energy and all your thought, and the next thing you know you're like, what have I been doing? You know what I mean?
Right. It's hard. I
Different
mean, I was in a
time.
toxic relationship, so is she. Like, and it like carries on. Like, I'm now with somebody who like is the complete opposite. Like, never played games, and it was very confusing to
He's
me
a
at
man,
first
too.
because I was like,
yeah.
wait, this is like,
'Cause
why
you're
are you
kinda
so
still
nice?
playing
Like,
games.
You had to like rewire your brain and be like, this is
Exactly.
Unlearn that behavior.
that
Yes.
this is what love is supposed to feel like. You're not supposed to feel like you have to consistently like one up somebody or like be toxic back. Like, it was very confusing. And I
Yeah,
think
you're
like
why am I being treated like
I
this? But
know.
in like a refreshing way, you're just
I'm
like,
like,
is
what's wrong
something
with him?
wrong? Yeah.
no, but it's just nice. And it seems like with you guys too, because of like that, and you seem very patient too. And I think like I'm similar to you where like my past has brought a lot of trauma like into my life even now that I don't even realize it. So it's like important to be with someone who's patient and like understanding.
And
Yes.
don't get it twisted. She's patient with me too. Maddie celebrates her 11 years of sobriety tomorrow.
Congratulations. That is
Congrats.
crazy.
That's a huge W.
And
wow.
and then maybe 11 more years of putting up with me. You know, no, but I think it's
That's
Congratulations. That's really
amazing.
amazing.
but it's incredible to watch her, you know, not only work in hospitality but get on stage around, you know, 99% of
So
other
many
people are
temptations.
Fucked up
drinking.
people.
And
Yeah.
just like drinking and just like getting on their level with your energy and not getting sick of it and having that social. She's like, Joe, your social meter is so much bigger than mine. And I'm like, no,
He's like, because I have 3 drinks.
yeah, because I have that crutch, you know. And I think
Yeah.
her elixirs like people and like, you know.
No,
the
that's
music.
amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool. Because I've
That's
seen
such a
you like when you
beautiful
party
thing,
and stuff too,
honestly.
and it's like I wish I could be like that because like you said, like you 3 drinks and you same, and I feel like then I can finally get to the point to dance. But it's really like inspiring seeing you just be so in the moment and have so much fun, and also being sober 11 years again. That's fucking incredible. Like, wow.
Amazing.
The
Congrats
strain.
for real.
Yes, I just own my weird. And
Yeah,
myself.
but that's
I
cool.
feel like even the whole time during like Coachella and stuff like that, and it's like, you know what I mean? I feel like so many people are doing that. Like it was so cool. They had like non-alcoholic bars there and stuff, and that was super interesting. Like being in LA, because you know down south and stuff, that's
Yeah.
not really like a thing. Places, and it's
Right.
interesting being in LA, and it's
Well, LA
Surrounded,
sober is a little bit
yes.
different
Yeah.
than
Yes.
normal sober. Like, you're
Yeah.
properly sober.
Yes.
LA sober is California sober.
Yeah, they're smoking
Yes,
joints.
yes.
Or microdosing on
Yes.
God knows what.
Yes.
They're like shroomed down. They're like, I'm sober.
but still like being surrounded by people that like
Understand
don't
it.
drink even
Yeah.
or understand it to some degree is like a little bit like
It's refreshing.
I hope
It's
it's like that
refreshing.
for
Yes.
sure. Because here it can be like someone will be doing a ketamine pump in the bathroom and be like,
Yes.
I'm sober,
Yeah.
Sally.
Yeah. No,
Let me
actually,
drive
no.
you home, and you're like, I don't think so,
I
Rick.
promise I'm prescribed. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
They're like
Legal.
tweaked out on Adderall. They're like, I'm sober. Like
Yeah.
nothing's in my system.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. You should go to
is
Carl from Summer House's non-alcoholic bar.
We
I
lo-
know.
we
If you're
love
open to
Carl.
it. Soft bar, I think is what it's
Yes,
called.
yes.
Yeah.
That's
I
such
was
a
like
cool-
literally like this is your future when I was at that bar. I was like Carl needs to be doing this at these
Pop-ups at
festivals and all
Coachella,
this
yeah.
stuff. Oh my god. But
So
for
smart.
someone that doesn't drink, like that was like my elixir all weekend
Right.
too. But like I said, like the music and stuff, like Joe said, really I feel like is kind of my elixir.
It's
too.
enough for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
enough.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Makes
So
me
good.
honestly, it's
It's
like makes me want to go
inspiring,
sober.
truly. I
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
Especially after last night, we had way too much fun with bran flakes and
Liv from Love
Oh,
Island.
and
nice.
Aiden. Too much fun. Every time we're with them, I'm like,
I know.
Uber.
Yeah, here we go again.
Yeah.
We all have those friends.
Yes.
yes. We saw them at Coachella at some point. and
Oh
said
my
hi.
God.
Yeah, I,
They're
I,
great.
met, I met Kendall at Republic.
Oh.
He got a table. He got a table.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He was in Charleston for like a bachelor
Yeah.
party.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they're great. They're
Yes.
Like,
great
you can-
energy.
They're really
It's very
sweet.
clear as to why their show, like their season was like the most popular of all. It's just because like they have so much energy and like they're literally balls of light and like they're even kinder than I ever would have expected and just like really captivating people.
I know. I'm excited to see their show come out.
Same.
They're stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be amazing.
Yeah. Should we hop into story time?
Yes.
Okay.
If you guys have a story you'd like to share on the Boys Lie podcast, please submit via boyslieofficial.com. And if your story gets chosen to be read on the podcast, you get a free Boys Lie sweatsuit.
Which one of you guys wants to go first, Joe or Maddie?
All right, I'm gonna have to use all three of my post Coachella brain cells for this one. Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right, anonymous, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Boys Lie story. I have been sitting on this story for a little, but since you guys are having a special guest, why not send it in? Buckle up, beauties. When I was 23, I moved into a one-bedroom apartment and met my next-door neighbor. We will call him Dan. Move-in night, I really wanted some alcohol to celebrate the hard day's work, but didn't want to leave the building. I knocked on his door, as I remember that I was with him on the elevator that day, and he seemed friendly. He didn't have anything to drink, but he gave me his number and said he didn't know many people in our city and would love a friend.
Okay.
I would never go
Yeah.
knocking on someone's door
This
for a
is
shot
the start of a
alcohol,
horror
but
movie
okay.
right here.
Yeah.
We all know how this story goes.
It's like someone knocks on the door for like milk or something.
Yeah.
Does that even happen?
Hey, do you have any
anymore?
vodka?
There's like
yeah, I'm like,
Instacart.
people don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
No,
I would be
it's just-
scared. I'd be like, I'm not
Same.
opening the door for
Yeah,
you.
this is just a horror movie now in 2025.
All right, so we started hanging out, and I would take him to all the cool spots around town, and we became pretty close quickly. Dan was 28 and had moved into a town with his ex-girlfriend of 4 years. And when they split, he went from living with her to living next door to me. Crazy ex-girlfriend, maybe? I don't know.
Oh God.
I thought he was slightly attractive, so I started telling him about my sexual past as a way to give him the ick and keep his distance from me. I told him that I had three threesomes, all with men in college. I also told him that I met a guy on our recent vacation, Ed, and his dick was so big it made me throw up after sex each time. Wow.
Okay.
I don't understand if that's like, would that turn him on if she thinks he's cute?
She's trying to give him the ick.
I know, but like, also like men do like sex conversation.
Is she trying to give him the ick to push him away?
Yeah.
Because-
Yeah.
Well, that I'm assuming she's saying she's doing, but I still think it's weird that she's talking about sex with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's many other
If this guy's a
ways.
creep, he's gonna love it.
Like fart in
Yeah.
front of him or something.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
If this guy's a weirdo, he's gonna like this even more. He was genuinely curious and would ask about my sexual experiences, so I gladly yapped his ear off. I even showed him pictures of some recent hookups, so he could see the type of men I liked. All of them were tall, tan, Latino, or foreign men that had tattoos and clearly hit the gym.
This guy in here loves this.
He's getting
Joe from
creepier
you.
and creepier.
Yeah. This guy's nuts.
Okay, but this makes sense. So Dan was the opposite. Although he was tall, he was pale. He found tattoos trashy, which made me mad. So as I have many. Perfect, job done. He has the ick. Nope. 3 months later, I fell for him. When we made it official, I regretted telling him about my past because I felt like I basically handed him all the cards. Since he knew he wasn't my normal type, he was super insecure and would look through my phone.
Oh, she fucked herself with this one.
Yeah.
But also, like, if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be afraid to talk about previous experiences. I feel like it's normal to give someone like your history, but not by the sex play-by-play book.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
go into the details
Yeah,
like
that's-
that.
No.
Yeah,
Neither would I.
That's
Yeah.
just like disrespectful. I think
I
to a
agree.
certain
It's also
point.
just, like,
It's like
gross.
insensitive.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Also, I wanted to let everyone know that they were out of printer ink. I'm usually an
Yeah.
accelerated.
Sorry, guys.
I'm an accelerated reader.
Don't worry, we're not
Yeah.
judging. We listen and we don't judge.
Yeah, and then we don't know. I literally shake my head.
Anytime we were in public, he claimed I was eyeing other guys. He used those experiences mentioned above to manipulate the situation and make me feel bad. He claimed since I had threesomes, it was only fair if we got to do one together. Oh, this guy's a gaslighter.
Ew.
But manipulative boy. He's not a man. But with another girl. Or if that bothered me too much, he could go out on his own as a one-time threesome hall pass. I explained that one for me. I couldn't do a threesome with someone I truly cared about, and that the previous ones I was a part of, I didn't like or care about anyone involved. The thought of seeing another person touch him, or worse, him touch her, made me sick. One time I caught him on a subreddit of the city looking for a third person to join us.
What the fuck? You're looking for someone on Reddit? Reddit's the most anonymous shit of all time.
Yeah,
what are you, nuts?
What's next, Craigslist?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Leah has a story about that one.
Okay. I made him take it down and was so upset. He gaslit me into staying with him, saying it was only fair. I never gave into the threesome demands.
Good.
Then there was the Ed thing. Dan would bring up Ed because of his big dick all the time. He would always talk about his dick size and call his own dick small and complain. Okay.
That sounds like a
What do you want,
personal
what
insecurity.
do you want her to get like a procedure for you?
Yeah. What?
It would really piss me off. Then my best friend found a penis pump in his shower once.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up. That would give
In
me the
his
ick way
shower?
too hard. I would be out so quick. I'm so sorry. Could you imagine? Like one of those, like, what is it?
I thought that was only in Austin
Yeah.
Powers.
That's what I was
didn't
about
realize they
to
were real.
say. Yeah, like a Mike Myers
Yeah,
moment. You're just
yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on?
It's just weird that he's like,
Why is it in a shower?
why is he hiding it from her?
Yeah.
I get why
That's the thing he asks.
why is he hiding it from her? Why does he have it?
Yeah, like, do you have a dick pump?
I wonder if that's the same thing as like girls when they do that sucking lip thing to make their lips bigger.
Oh. I mean,
Same technology.
Yeah,
I don't-
I'm
maybe.
thinking that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
know what I'm talking
probably.
about?
I mean, it's a pump.
When everyone wanted those like Kylie Jenner lips, people would like suck
Yeah.
this thing and then it would like pull out.
I guess so.
I'm like, if this girl doesn't want to be with this guy and she's purposely trying to give him the ick, why don't just like break up with this guy and he's still stalking you, restraining order his ass?
Well, she lives next to him also, which is crazy. But
Move.
I think was she saying that she like I think from what I'm gathering, she's like in a relationship with him now and she likes him, but now he's everything she had told him previously before when
He's,
she
like,
was trying to
using
give him the ick,
against
he's using
her.
against her.
Oh, okay.
And he's like now like complaining that he doesn't have a big enough dick because of everything she told him on the first night.
Oh,
that
okay,
where she was trying to turn him off, but then he liked it and then she fell for him after, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's giving just,
Oh, that sucks.
insecurity.
Yeah.
That sucks. Like, because I feel like she shouldn't have never done those things from
The
the
penis-
get-go.
Right.
Yeah, the penis bump
Yeah.
of it all really sends me
Yeah.
to a different stratosphere.
So it says her friend found the penis bump, and she says, I kept that discovery a secret, but he told me himself a week later during a jealous rage on his own.
So he didn't hide it.
I
from her.
got a penis
Babe,
pump.
I even got a penis pump for you. I love you. Wait. Oh my God.
Crazy.
He was going on about his dick again. Not again.
We appreciate the honesty.
I mean, but like, man up. Like, own your fucking genitals.
Yeah.
I guess.
And
Yeah.
once you start believing your penis is small, so do we
Yeah.
ladies.
Yeah.
But she's already fucking him and she likes him, then his penis is probably
You
fine.
small
Yeah.
penis men out there, act like you got.
Get the courage.
As
Yeah,
long,
get
if you
the
know what to
courage.
do with
Yeah.
it, you're fine.
Yes, because if you know what to do with it,
You're fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about if you know what to do.
It's all about that like little confidence, a little yeah.
Educate yourself.
Yeah.
If she's not complaining about it, he shouldn't be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was going on about his dick again and said, I even spent $100 on a penis pump to make my dick bigger. Wow, that's commitment right there. This guy is just,
Oh,
he's a
man.
true romantic. Another time he showed me a sex toy that goes on the end of a penis, like a dick strap on that would make his dick look up to, so it's like a penis extension.
Extent.
It's
Wow.
like a
I didn't know that was a thing.
extendo dick.
I've never heard of that.
Me either.
Yeah, it's like a selfie stick.
We're learning a lot today.
Yes, we are.
It goes up to 12 inches longer.
Oh my. No.
Like, is that even?
That's
is that
way
safe?
too long.
That sounds painful. She
Yeah.
might throw up again.
Yeah.
I started yelling at him that his penis was literally fine, and I wouldn't be with him or anyone that had a dick bigger, had a dick any bigger than his. Okay, not the 12-inch one, than his. I felt so silly being in an argument about this. Thankfully, he never tried to use that again. The most crazy thing he did in a relationship, though, was reaching out to a previous hookup in the middle of the night on Snapchat. It's better than Reddit, I guess. Asking if he had any of those videos. All right, now he's just a creep. We made any of those videos we made together. We had made some hot faceless amateur porn, and I'd forgotten I'd told Dan about it. The guy thankfully didn't send them. He actually attempted to FaceTime me the next day because he found it odd I would ask. I blocked his number because at that moment I had no clue that Dan had messaged this guy pretending to be me. I thought he was just checking in randomly, and I didn't need Dan yelling at me for interacting with him. I didn't find out until later Dan and I broke up that he had asked for this because I was unblocked.
Wait, so Dan hits up her previous
Dan went on her phone.
situationship?
Yeah.
And asked for the videos, and the guy was like, why? And called her, and she blocked that guy because she's like, I don't want another fight with Dan if he sees me talking to another
Ew.
dude. But she didn't know that he had asked for that.
This guy's a freak.
Yeah.
He is a freak. Because I unblocked the guy to hook up with him. It's so wild to me that he would want to watch a video of me having sex with another guy.
Yeah.
My guess is he wanted to compare dick sizes.
Wait, did you just come up with that, or did she write that?
No, she wrote
Oh,
that.
that's funny.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that.
That is
Is a
clever.
star.
Yeah. Superstar.
And I love her honesty.
The next JK Rowling.
Yes.
Thankfully, when we did break up, he already had applied for an out-of-state job that he ended up getting. I moved
See ya.
Thank
I moved
God.
buildings because the relationship haunted me. His penis pump.
Penis pump.
The
Yeah.
penis
behind you.
pump.
The ghost of penis pumps passed.
And what did I say? Move.
Yeah.
and she did.
The ghost of penis pumps passed. Wow.
So, ladies, those late 20-something-year-old guys are not any better than the ones your age. Boys lie, baby. Shout out to Tori, Leah, and Aram. I have been waiting. I've been wearing boys lie since the breakup in 2022.
Oh,
I love that.
I do too.
Wow.
I love the story.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I feel like
crazy.
everyone has their like breakup story that brought them to Boys Lie too.
Yeah.
Like, I had mine, she had hers, but hers was way crazier than mine. I'm like, oh my God, you need a restraining order on this guy.
Yeah.
Like speaking of toxic relationships.
I know. It's just
Yeah.
like no matter what, like if someone's super insecure, there's nothing you can really like you can only say so much. Like your penis is great, babe, or like you don't have to worry about these other people. But like if going through your phone and then asking for your sex videos is just like if she had found that out, I hope she would have ended things right then and there, because that's actually such a crazy invasion
It
of
gives
privacy.
cuck, first of all, and second of all, just like why? That's like literally someone you fucked, and like he should not be thinking
Right.
about that at all. Like ew.
Yeah, he sounds super controlling too. Like this person's not your person. And like what we said earlier about toxic relationships, it seems like a lot of time and energy of hers was put into like reassuring this
Him,
guy and
yeah.
him and like blah 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 blah, and that's not
Jealousy.
her job.
Jealousy often comes from insecurity. But I feel like this guy has just like problems way too far gone, where it's just not even like
His
je-
insecurities are
jealousy,
too
it's-
deep
it's too-
rooted.
yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
He needs therapy. They don't need couples therapy. That's
Yeah.
him.
And he needs to be far away so that when he unroots those things, like the penis pump,
Yeah, like the unlearning we were talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, and the penis pump is one of the things he needs to unlearn.
spooky.
Yeah.
Like, also maybe like ChatGPT other things. I don't know. Like figure out how to make that bigger.
Unless he like gets off on like not being good enough. Like, you know how some people like find that a thing? Like some guys like want you to like scream at them or something, and they call them like a little
Yeah.
bitch.
I don't know. 'Cause
I also feel like his insecurity stems from the fact that she told him all this stuff about her sex and her past and all this stuff, which made him.
But he
kinda
clearly
feel a little
liked
bit more
it, because
insecure.
why would
He
he,
liked
ask for that
it.
video?
Right.
If he didn't like
That's
it.
why I'm like, does he get off on that shit?
I feel like he's trying to like please her in this way to like know what she likes. Sorry, I'm like
No, no.
psychoanalyzing them.
We do this all
I'm
the
like,
time.
oh
Maybe
my
he's like
God.
Gary from the White Lotus. Like
maybe he wants to
Maybe.
sit and watch. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
but
God, Joe, you nailed that.
Also so like sociopathic is he's like, I don't like girls with tattoos, but I'd go buy a penis pump and ask her ex for a sex tape
I
of
know.
them.
but I draw the
through her
line. I
phone.
draw the line at tattoos.
Yeah, I draw the line at tattoos, but
But maybe he said that like in the height of the moment in their first conversation when she was like spilling all of her sex life details, because he wanted to like, he felt insecure in that moment, and maybe he wanted to like put her down because she had tattoos. I don't know. But like also it's like I think that if you're gonna tell your partner or your future partner accidentally like all of your sex stories, like it's not your fault like down the line if they're like holding it against you. Like I don't think
Yeah,
there's anything wrong with you being honest about anything.
those
and
are your
it's
experiences.
yeah, it's your experiences.
Yes.
I think
So-
it's an overshare though to a certain
Yes,
point.
Yeah.
yes. Like I feel like the details about the dick
It
made
doesn't-
him insecure about his
Yeah, yeah,
dick, so he was
yeah.
constantly like projecting that and like. And as a girl, like, oh my God, I would be so annoyed.
I
Like,
would-
Same.
feel her Oh my God.
The thing is I wouldn't be able to last like 5 minutes in a
Neither.
relationship like that because my patience is so
Well,
thin.
how many times do you have to tell your partner
reassuring.
Yeah.
their penis is
Yes.
fine? Like,
Yeah.
you
Your penis
can
is
only
great.
say it so many times. Like,
Yes. Oh my God. I'm like, should I read my story?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not sure what's going on between my friend and my husband. I have a friend that lives in a different state that I met through my remote job. Her and we have been friends for years. We talk all the time, and over a year ago, she came to visit me for the first time. So she gets here immediately. She starts acting flirty towards my husband and continuously talking about sex. She was talking about how she went on a date with a guy. They didn't have sex after, and my husband said, "I don't know why I'd bang you." To which I just sat there with a surprised look on my face because I couldn't believe that he said that.
I think that's so weird. Like if Kevin said that shit to me, I'd be like, "The fuck did you just say?"
yeah. We'd
Yeah.
be divorced.
Yes.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Both
Yes.
of you.
I would be kicking him out.
Yeah.
Or you.
On speed dial.
Yeah.
Yes. The next few days, I just noticed a weird feeling between the three of us when we were all together, opposed to when it was just my friend and I. While she was visiting, my friend and I went out to dinner together, and I had to go outside to do something real quick. I asked her to come with me, and she refused. She stayed inside with my husband. I thought for sure I would walk into something. He kept touching her and flirting with her and playing with her while she was visiting.
What
This is like
playing
what we were
with
talking about
me?
earlier again about toxic relationships. Like if you
Yeah.
can't trust the partner you're dating, like the fact that she's like worrying about that while she's
No.
outside.
But also a homie who won't go outside with you.
Yeah. And I've actually like been in her shoes with like a previous partner where you are scared to like you're scared to leave them alone with someone because you're not sure if they're gonna like flirt, and that's a worst fucking feeling ever. And that's her husband.
Yes. I just
Ugh.
hate that she doesn't trust her husband like that to like not cross the line
Agreed.
or a boundary. And as much as she like, you know, loves her best friend and everything like that, or
The
her
trust
friend
is
that's
with her
visiting.
husband, yeah.
Her husband, like I don't know if necessarily I would want even my husband to be someone that I'm concerned about flirting.
100%
Yeah.
no, absolutely.
I wouldn't
not.
even want to have them in the same room together. I'd be like, if you want to catch dinner, let's catch dinner, just girls. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't even
Exactly.
like
yes.
if I felt that way, like I wouldn't let it
Yes.
repeat. I wouldn't let the behavior repeat, and I would tell my husband and be like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
No,
Like,
I agree. But isn't this the first time though that her friend was over? Is this the first time?
No,
I think
this
it's
is the second time they've hung
Oh,
out.
I thought it was the first.
the sex thing too. Is weird. Like, what is up with these girls?
Yeah, but the girl they were working together through their remote job, so it's like, and they've been friends for years. So like you're right, like maybe in person, but they've known each other for years. So
Yeah.
you would
Yeah.
have that basis of like, hey, don't cross the line and like flirt with my husband.
Yeah.
She wouldn't know because like remote, you don't see them around other people. You're just
Yeah,
like
but
chatting.
I hate how she's like wording it. It sounds like she doesn't trust her husband, and that's what
Yeah.
makes me feel like
Sick.
icky.
It is the husband's fault, by the way. This is entirely the husband's fault.
Yes. Okay. She didn't say anything about it at the time because I thought just whatever about it. Fast forward to 5 months later, she was in town for a quick trip and she asked me to meet up with her at a dinner near where I live. I told my husband I was going to dinner with her and he stopped everything he was doing to come to dinner with us, which I found super weird.
I would say you're not fucking.
Yup,
going to dinner.
You're not
it's
invited.
giving the husband exactly what you said, like the girls thing, like, oh, let's just do girls dinner or like hang
Yeah.
out girls. But the husband is being a weirdo.
I would say like go watch TV.
No,
Yeah.
no, I think that he's hiding something.
Yeah.
He has a
And
crush on her.
He's panicked. No, yeah, he's panicked. He's like, if they hang out, what if
Oh.
she
Yeah.
divulges something to the husband?
Yeah, I'm thinking he's like, oh, perfect dinner. I'll come.
Yeah. Like, what
Yeah.
if? Because we've read stories too where women have been in like a cheating situationship moment where the girl was like hitting up the husband kind of like furiously, and then will show up to the front doorstep with the situationship, and then the situationship's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
You guys are probably right. I didn't even.
Oh,
I
let's
bet you
see.
he's
Okay.
trying to cover up to make sure they don't have like a one-on-one moment where
She tells.
yeah.
I found it super weird because he doesn't ever want to hang out with my friends. The entire time we were at dinner, she held her phone up and I saw her taking Snapchats and sending them to her friends. And she wouldn't talk to me. She would only talk to my husband.
Bye, bitch.
Then she was very aggressively announced that she was going to the bathroom, and not even a minute later, the food came out and my husband said he had to go to the bathroom too.
Ooh.
I told him absolutely not. You're going to leave me here or you can wait till she gets back, and he got mad at me. She was in the bathroom for quite a while.
She was waiting for
Waiting.
him.
Yeah.
Oh.
She did not have hot girl tummy problems, let me tell you.
But it sounds like on the second trip she wasn't, or on this third trip, I guess, she wasn't here to see the friend. She was here to see the husband. That's what the vibes are giving.
That's what, but I agree with Joe on this one. It seems like it was like a tactic move to get the husband to be at the dinner.
For sure.
Like she knew that like if she asked for girl time, the husband would glitch probably because clearly something's going on.
Maybe they're texting like, meet me in the bathroom. We need to talk.
That's tea.
Wow.
Okay, she was in the bathroom for quite a while and finally came out. My husband never went to the bathroom. Fast forward again, she comes to visit again. And the entire time she's talking about sex and showing me and my husband her nudes and asking if she's fuckable to my husband.
Excuse
This girl would not
me?
be allowed in my house again after the bathroom situation. My husband also would not be allowed in my house again after the bathroom situation.
Yeah. I just feel
Oh.
bad because they're coworkers, like on
It
the
doesn't-
remote job, where I feel like she probably feels like this like awkward thing. But
She-
you're
yeah.
right, it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
At this
matter.
point, you don't need to worry
Like,
about hurting
We're not
her
even
feelings.
homies. Like, bro,
Yes,
don't
like,
even hit
I'll-
me up to hang out.
Yeah, I'll see you on Zoom, and that's about it.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
husband won't even be hitting you up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Okay, so she didn't even know how to handle the situation. I knew I shouldn't have let her come visit again, but here we are. When it was just her and I together, she still continuously talked about sex nonstop, and I had to ask her to please stop talking about sex. Like, there are other things to talk about. And she said, "Oh, I didn't realize that your husband was married to a prude. I could show him a good time."
Okay.
At this point,
I
girl,
would
this
be
is
in
not your
jail.
friend.
I would
This
be in
is not your
jail
friend.
after
girl,
that.
like, go buy a vibrator. Jesus fuck. Like, also talk about Bravo, duh.
Yeah.
Anything. Like, so many things to yap about.
Yes. So to make a long story short, this is something I'm still dealing with.
Oh.
I did bring it up to my husband and let him know my insecurities. And of course, he said, I'm crazy.
I think your instincts are always true, and the bathroom situation within itself is like, this sucks, because that's also just with being married, like in general, it's such a big bond and moment that you don't want to break that. And even in certain people's situations, if they falter, you still want to be supportive to your significant other because you love each other. This is for me like a gut turner where it's clearly been something that's continuous. Like, this behavior is continuous and perpetuating. And I think it's not just this quote unquote friend or colleague or coworker, but this deeply, deeply, deeply is a concern for your husband and your relationship with him. Because if he's going to do this with this friend, he's going to treat you like this consistently year over year.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah. And he shouldn't be calling you crazy, because if you did that in front of him and behaved that way in front of him,
He would want her reassuring him.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Yes. It seems like men or boys, whatever, like want a bunch of reassurance, and then when it comes to the girl, sometimes
It's like, you're insecure, you're
yeah,
crazy.
you're insecure,
What's
you're
wrong
crazy.
With you?
Yeah,
They
it's
flip it
like-
back on
I
you.
think I think crazy is like, you know, making you unfollow, like overly like stalking who many people you
because
follow.
girls
but
can be seen as hysterical, like all the time, like they're like overreactive, or yes, we love our drama and our tea and all the things. So I feel like it's very easy for a guy to like trigger a woman by saying, stop being so crazy or protective. Like, it's such an easy thing for a guy to say to a girl that obviously we've always had to like kind of get our receipts in order.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
like figure out a way to prove yourself. But like, I
Yeah.
also feel like with this, like, first thing, like, this girl is not your friend. Like, and you can and should set boundaries for yourself. You do not need to hang out with her.
You're not even acquaintances at this point.
Right. Like, you're
she's-
allowed to cut this person out of your life. And then I also think like the second part of this is like, you need to have a serious talk with your husband if you want to continue on being married to him, because even my boyfriend or your like person that you're in a situationship with should never say in front of you, like, I would fuck a girl, like, who's your friend. Like, that's completely inappropriate. And like, again, like Tori said, your gut instincts are usually right. So if you felt like something was going on, it might have happened. I don't know if you want to like go and try
like
and
the fact
figure
that
that
you even
out.
said, I don't want you to go to the bathroom to your husband, and he stayed there and like was having a small tantrum about it, and then he never got up again. Like, for me, that would be enough to say,
Yes.
like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
He's not
Quite-
respecting you at all in the situation.
Yeah.
Like, he's being very disrespectful and not like understanding why you feel the way you feel. And also, he should never even said that thing in the first place. And also, like, your friend shouldn't be showing your husband her nudes. I
That's
would have slapped her
weird.
phone right out of her
Yeah.
hand and been like,
Especially if he's like, well, I'd fuck you. Like, if I was that dude, like, that's so
Right.
fucking strange.
I would feel so uncomfortable if like some girl walked up to like me and Maddie and was showing us both her nudes, I'll just be like, this is uncomfortable.
Because that's not normal behavior.
Yeah, but I feel like if you
It's
were
like-
also like looking and stuff, I'd be like,
yeah.
what's going on? Like, I feel like this girl needs to have like a deeper
Yes.
conversation with her husband to be like,
Yeah. And cut this girl
like,
out
are
of your
you having
life.
Yeah.
Because she wants validation
Yeah,
from
she
your husband.
never has to see this girl again. Keep her on Zoom on your job.
Yeah.
And never see that. You don't have to let her visit. You don't have to let her come visit. If she moves, like, that's a nightmare. Like,
I don't think you
genuinely
need
never have to
receipts.
see her again.
Like, you also don't need to back yourself up in this situation to say like, oh, I need to find the receipts to make sure that this is like he's actually cheating or anything like that. You don't need to find that to tell your husband like, no, I know that was wrong. That was wrong behavior.
Stand in your opinion.
I just
Yeah.
think that she feels that way.
I know. She sounds
feels,
really
like,
nice.
I know
so
the
anxious.
feeling.
Yeah.
I think she
You
sounds
know
really
the
nice
feeling.
and
I
like
know. And I'm like,
maybe
I just want her to
scared.
be like, you don't have to feel like this.
I know.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes getting your heart broken or getting like disrespected like one time to actually find your voice. And like I don't think from what I'm assuming, I don't think that this has ever happened with her before and her husband. So maybe it's like the first time, like it just takes a little bit of like it takes a situation to give you like your voice to be able to be confident enough sometimes, I feel like, to stand up for yourself, because she doesn't know what's going
She
on.
doesn't even need receipts for that. That's more so like,
No.
hey, what's going on in this relationship?
Yeah.
Like,
Where'd your mother fucking raise you, bruh?
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
It's crazy. I hope that you can figure this out and dump this girl out of your life like immediately.
Yeah.
Like
Don't even, like, again, work hours only. Work hours strictly. And no, don't let your husband talk to, first of all, other women like that at all.
Yeah.
Like, period.
Dump her out of your life, and he doesn't let you do that. You might have to consider dumping him.
yeah, I know. Well, write back in if you have an update. I hope that you figure this out with him or don't, and we're here for you regardless. And now you have a free set suit. So
Yeah, please give us a follow up. I actually genuinely care, and I like
I'm worried about you.
Yeah, I'm worried about you. Be strong. You got this. Like, I know you do inside, and I know you can tell him confidently he's in the wrong here.
Agreed.
She seems like she stands on business.
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she didn't let her come back. It's like she's got to be strong on her boundaries too.
Agreed.
And I feel like that's the thing that sucks sometimes with boundaries and stuff. It's like sometimes I'll be like so weak and I'll break my boundaries for friendships or like relationships. Or
Yeah.
family
You're
members or
human.
whatever it is. And
Yeah.
it's like I feel like keeping strong to your boundaries of like not having this person come stay in your home,
Right.
or whatever it
Agreed.
is again, and like
Yeah.
standing strong to those.
You don't owe them anything to overextend yourself too, because honestly, it's gonna end up like disappointing you with
Yeah.
it not being clearly reciprocated. Like,
Yeah.
And if her
the-
husband's trying to like manipulate her to like let her come stay and
yeah,
stuff,
that's worse.
then fuck your husband.
Yeah. Fuck them
literally.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck,
fuck 'em
them.
all.
Fuck
Yes.
them.
Well, we love
Yes.
you. Well, this was so fun. Thank you guys so much for coming and reading these stories. I know
Yeah, we
that
love
like
you
we
guys.
appreciate you guys making the effort, even though you're tired from Coachella. It means a lot to
I thought
us.
we had 3 more.
Oh no, those are other options that we have. We're sorry for also making you read like a novelty
Yeah.
It's okay.
message from actually 2 novelties after Coachella. That's pretty tough. Tough shit.
Maybe I need to get my eyes checked.
No, you guys did fantastic.
Yeah, it's our printer. It's not your fault. We didn't
It's
have
really
anything.
not your fault.
All right, we love you.
Big fan. Thank you so
Yay.
much for
Thank
having
you
us here in
guys.
LA and
Yeah.
everything.
Can't wait to have y'all both in Charleston.
Yes.
Yes.
Bring
We'll
the
be there
husband, bring the
next.
boyfriend. Yeah, I can't wait
We'll
to
have
meet
a great
them.
time.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
so much fun. All right.
Buckle up
Enjoy the
and
ride.
remember that.
Boys lie.
And men don't.
Joe doesn't.
Yeah, Joe doesn't. Yeah.
Boys lie. Boys lie.
Boys love.
Boys lie. Boys lie, y'all.
Boys lie.
Them boys, they be lying.
Boys lie.